chat. Today I am going to show you how to schedule an SMS message, how to remove the scheduling on that message and cancel it, and also how to change the scheduled date and time that a message will be sent. So by now you already know that there are a number of ways to send an SMS message, three primarily, either directly from a contact by going into the contact and clicking on the Send SMS button, which will create this little pop-up Visual Force page, and you can send the message here. Similarly, you can send from the contact list view by selecting this the contacts that you want to send to, clicking Send SMS, and then similarly they will pop up in a batch. And finally, you can go to the Send SMS tab where you can manually enter the phone numbers and messages that you want to send. So we'll go ahead and start from the contact for this demo, but what we're going to show is how to send an SMS message in the future. So if I click this Send SMS message, it basically opens up the Send SMS page just in a pop-up versus on that Send SMS tab. And you'll see that there's a number of things here: add leads, add contacts, add campaign. This lists out where the message is going to go. Here's what the message is going to be. So we'll say this is a scheduled message from Mogli. And then down here, we've got this do not deliver before this time. So the reason that it says do not deliver before versus deliver at exactly this time is because the messages that go out are actually sent in batches. So there's a Mogli utility that runs typically every 10 minutes, although you can set it for more frequent or less frequent time periods. But typically it runs every 10 minutes. And so what you're doing here is you're saying, I would like to send this no earlier than 12:37 p.m. And so if that's the case, if you want to send this at 12:37 p.m., then this is actually probably going to send at 12:40 p.m. And the reason is because on every 10 minutes, the system is looking in and seeing, are there any messages that are scheduled to go out at a time that is previous to the time that it is right now. So this is saying don't deliver before 12:37. So instead of delivering at 12:30, it would deliver at 12:40. So if I go ahead and click send on this, it's going to look pretty normal. It's going to say that it's being sent. And if I close this down and I go to the SMS page and I look at all, I do see that there is an outgoing message and that the status is scheduled. Now this is important because if it had gone out already, my status would be outgoing or it would be sent successfully, excuse me. Now if I go to my scheduled list view, I can see all of the messages that are scheduled, meaning that they have a status of scheduled, and I can also see the delivery time. So it's scheduled to be delivered not before 12:37. Well, let's say I'm like, no, 12:37, I don't actually want it to go out at 12:37. I made a mistake. I can click edit and I can change this to 12:39 and click save. Okay, so it's still actually going to go out probably at 12:40 because that's when the utility runs every 10 minutes, but now I've been able to change this. I can also delete this. So let's say that I'm going to schedule another SMS. So I'm going to go back to this contact user, send SMS, another scheduled message, and I'm going to send this one not before 12:42 and click send on that. Close this down, go back to the SMS tab, back to my scheduled list view. Okay, so now I've got two in here, and I see one is scheduled for 12:42, the other is scheduled for 12:39. So I can, if I want to, click into this record. I can edit it, I can edit the text, I can edit who it's going to, I can edit the phone number, I can edit the date the date and time it should send, as we already talked about, and I can also just delete it. So if I don't want it to go out, you can do this in bulk too. Let's say that you are on this list view. We have this mass delete button. So let's say you wanted to delete them both, click done. If you schedule a whole bunch and you've forgotten that these folks have actually opted out, or maybe you sent them the wrong message and you need to change it, you can do this mass delete and start over. So no big deal there. So I'll go ahead and just show you. I can delete that. Da-da-da. And now this message has been successfully deleted. Okay, so it is now, as you can see, 1:38. This is a different time zone, unfortunately. So this is actually scheduled to be delivered at 1:39, which is actually going to be 1:40. So we've got a 1-minute countdown. So bear with me for a hot second while we wait for this to happen. So while we're waiting for this, I will show you a couple of other things. Just simply that if you are in any of the other views, if you go to the Send SMS page, you can also access the exact same things here. You can also, if you wanted to, put this scheduled delivery information onto your all list view. Go in and edit this here, and we can put scheduled delivery over here as well. And then if that is something that is important to you to see all in one view, then you'll have the ability to edit it in your list view and see the scheduled delivery there also. But it can get to be a lot of fields, so we may not want to do that. Okay, so now it is now 1:40. We're going to click scheduled here, and you see that now in our scheduled list view there's nothing there because we got this is scheduled message from Mogli. So it went out, yay! And if I go to all, I can see that this message is now with a status of sent successfully. And if I go to my contact user, I can see also that it's down here in my SMS tab. So that's how you schedule a message. Remember that it is dependent upon when your Mogli utility is running. You can change how quickly that runs by using this Setup Mogli SMS tab. Pop over to there, unschedule, set to how often you want it to run, reschedule, and change that to your heart's content. And that's it. That's how you schedule with Mogli SMS. Thanks.